What's up, folks? How are you doing? I hope you are doing good. I am doing fine. Welcome to another episode of Football Digest. It's been a minute since I went live on Facebook. So, as usual, I just want to give my sentiments on what exactly transpired over the weekend with regards to the English Premier League. I'm talking Game Week 13 that was going down. We had quite a number of matches, not so big matches, but quite interesting matches. So I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on what transpired. Like always, I need to say this, you can be checking us out nowadays on YouTube. We are on YouTube. We have a channel there, it's called Football Digest KE. That's basically where I've been at for the longest period now. I'm sure you've been seeing the trailers that I've been posting. I hope you've been watching them and you have been liking them on YouTube and subscribing to our channel. I need to say this again. We will be transiting fully, well, slowly but surely, and most of our content is going to be on YouTube. So kama unataka kuwa unafuata hizi stuff zangu za ball, you might want to check out our YouTube on our YouTube channel. It's very easy. Besides that, I will always be coming here to give my reviews. I feel it's important that I share with you guys because nilianzia hapa, man. Football Digest is actually 2 years old now. Turned 2 years in October. So yeah, we're still growing, and we're gonna be becoming bigger and better as time goes on. So I'm gonna get right into it because I don't want to stay much. The first game that was going down, and this weekend, let me first of all say, before I even get to the match, it was a very interesting one. We're going to see the guy likes of Mourinho coming back to the Premier League. I had kind of missed seeing him. I just didn't fathom he would go to one of my fiercest rivals, and now my hatred for Mourinho and Tottenham is at one place. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be toxic. Another weekend where teams like Arsenal were looking to get back to winning ways. Teams like Manchester City had just gotten beat by Liverpool. Well, controversial goals happened over there, but that's a story for another day. Chelsea were going in one of the biggest tests yet since they got beat by, who was this? Did Liverpool beat Chelsea? I think Liverpool beat Chelsea, but Chelsea have been having a very good run, so getting Man City on their way was going to be, a tough call. So very interesting games. United going away to Sheffield, it was bound to be interesting. It was going to be a very interesting game with this one. Mauricio Pochettino getting sacked. The rumors of Emery might be going. Is he gonna not go? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, is he gonna turn the fortunes for Manchester United? So many things, so many factors are playing in this game week. So the first game of the weekend of game week 13 was going down on Saturday at 3:30. That was between West Ham and Tottenham Hotspurs. Now West Ham have been terribly poor. How's this season in by now? But they have not won in like forever now. We're in game week 13. I think they have won. I don't think they've won more than 3 games this season. They have been that terrible, West Ham United. And you get the feeling like if they continue like this, then, surely Manuel Pellegrini might just be going home. Pellegrini might just get fired. And it's going to be crazy for him because I don't think it gets easier as they move on. So getting to welcome Tottenham Hotspur, a team that had just appointed Mourinho, of which I don't know. Pochettino maybe should have been given more time. I mean, he was 14th. Yes, in the Premier League. I mean, this year, the only reason you can use to fire Pochettino is the fact that this year they have been terrible. This year they have not won anything interesting at all. They have, I think, gotten 25 points from 24 games this year. Now that's just terrible. So on that front, you can say yes, maybe Pochettino deserved to be fired. But then you also consider the fact that they are 14th, yes, in the Premier League right now, but they were just, I think, 3 points off teams like Arsenal. They are still in the Champions League. This is the guy who took them to their first, I think, ever Champions League final. So what is it? Is it just getting tired of him, or is it a Jack reaction? Can't be a Jack reaction for sure. Because if it was, maybe it would have been done a bit earlier. You can't be doing it when you're like 3 games to the next Premier League game week. So I don't know what's up with Tottenham, but them getting Mourinho, maybe you might say, or one can argue that maybe they need a winning mentality because Pochettino has been there for ages. Well, he's been there for 5 years and he has not won anything. He doesn't have anything to show. Maybe that's another argument one can use against Pochettino, that he's been at the club for 5 years and they don't even have a single trophy. But also one can argue Pochettino is a guy who decided to stick with the team that went a whole season without making any new signings. Very few managers will do that nowadays. So there's always something to talk about with regards to him staying or him getting fired. But the decision has already been made. Mourinho is in there now, so we're gonna be waiting to see what he's gonna do. His first game, he wins 3-2. He was 3-0 earlier, 3-0 up at a certain point in that game, and then they just boom. West Ham started sort of coming back. You get the feeling like your game ingeongezwa tu dakika kidogo, maybe we'd be talking about 3-3 draw. But Mourinho was lucky enough, or was he got off on a winning way in his first game back in the Premier League against West Ham United. I think that is struggling again. I think now they are headed straight towards relegation. And if they don't do something, because I still think they got some quality players. I was one guy who was excited about West Ham United signing Sebastian Heller. They have this other guy, Felipe Anderson. He's good. So they have quite a number of guys who individually they are good quality players, but somehow it's just not working out for them. So maybe that's why Pellegrini is gonna be fine. Then we had a couple of games. We had I think 4 games being played at 5 or at 6 o'clock. One involved Arsenal versus Soton. Arsenal again could not get. Arsenal, we now have drawn 4 straight home games. Man, it doesn't get worse than that. I'm not even speaking with a lot of anger like I used to, because I'm just kind of getting used to it now. I'm just starting to become numb to it. And when you become numb to something like that, it's really bad. I was watching on Arsenal Fan TV another guy throwing off his seasonal ticket. Guys who buy a whole seasonal ticket, watching all the games at home, and he threw it away because he's that tired of Unai Emery. And we were thinking maybe, for me, I always approach every game that we play hoping that we don't get beat. Always. So I'm always thinking like, gosh, maybe Unai Emery is going to make a good starting 11. Maybe the guys are going to have a go for it. I always try to be as hopeful as I can in every single game that we play. I have never approached a game thinking like, fuck, I want us to get beat and we are going to get beat. And no, I don't have such approaches. So this game, I was thinking like we're playing at home. Well, Sutton can be Sumbua, we all know that, but we can nick 3 points. Where? So that game was actually Arsenal, us, playing at home, who are playing catch-up. So the first goal was crazy. Of course, Soton Napoli to shake off guard Vibaya, but you got to give it up to them. I mean, that's clever. I mean, if you're not clever in football, sometimes you just get beat. And they were clever than us at that particular moment, and they got us off guard, and boom, our concentration was off, and we considered our first goal. Then we tried to come back, and of course, Lacazette equalized after some hustle and bustle. Then throughout the first half, it was all about Southampton. I feel like they were the better team. They played with more intensity, with more surety of what exactly they want in this game. They seemed more confident than us. We were always making some. There was always some misconnect in our gameplay. Either one guy makes a wrong move, or one guy makes the right move but is not given the ball, or one guy makes the right move, we try to feed him with the ball is intercepted, very inaccurate passes. There was always something wrong with us. There was always that disconnect in our gameplay that used to suck, man. It bows the fuck out of me. So, again, Southampton got back to on top of that game. Then we had to play catch up again. Lacazette equalizing in the extra time of 7 minutes, of which majority of that 7 minutes was spent in our half. One thing we can't find ourselves being able to do is transiting the ball from our place, our half, to the opponent's half, or even opponent's final third. We just can't do that. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with us. We just cannot transit from defense to attack beautifully. Especially now when we try to play it from the back. Sometimes you just want the guy to just kick the ball high up the pitch, But Leno anaanza kupia Socrates. And Socrates is one guy who cannot play from the back. His playing style is not one to do with playing from. He just can't do that to save his life. So again, Arsenal losing precious points at home, and now when you start looking at a team drawing 4 consecutive games at home, I mean, you got to ask some serious question of the coach, of whom, for me, I think should have been away. He should have been fired by the last time. The time Unai Emery should have been fired was when we lost. We lost 3 points against Crystal Palace at home. For me, I think I feel like we got beat. That's why I was saying we got beat. When we got beat by Crystal Palace at home, that is the night that Unai Emery should have been fired. It's now crystal clear he's not the guy to take us forward. His style of play is confusing. We just and I keep second guessing myself with regards to him getting fired or not, because I always recall like Liverpool, how exactly were they when Klopp came in? Like the first season of Klopp or the first 2 seasons, I couldn't know how they were. So I don't know if I'm reacting right. I don't know if I'm reacting wrongly. It just sucks. One thing I know for sure is that this guy, there's no he's going to be taking us forward. He has not shown any signs. He's always shuffling up guys. He doesn't have a consistent style of play. He doesn't have a consistent starting 11, especially in the Premier League where, it's crazy over there. It's crazy. And even that disease of inconsistency is now starting to get infiltrated to the Europa League. Europa League sasa tumeanza kuperform ujinga. Ka ile game yetu ya mwisho versus Victoria, it was stupid. We're playing this Thursday against Eintracht Frankfurt. I can't say for sure that we are going to win. It's such a fucking pity. I couldn't even say for sure that we are going to beat Soton. It's that bad for us as Arsenal. So I am goddamn tired of Unai Emery. I can talk about this guy for days. I want him gone. If for me, in terms of replacement, it's gonna be a conundrum here. Because do you keep this guy and fire him over the summer? It's gonna be easy to fetch coaches, or do you fire this guy right now and start looking for coaches who might not be willing to come over? But I'm a fan. That's not my job. Yoni kazi ya kina Raul Sanyehi and Josh Kroenke. That is their job. That's what they're supposed to do. One thing we know for sure is that Unai Emery is not the best coach for Arsenal. Then we had Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Another game that was bound to be interesting. Crystal Palace, they have been a very decent side this season. You saw it against Liverpool. If you did watch that game, they were solid like crazy. They were almost not cracking. They did crack eventually. They almost actually equalized. That game would have been a 2-2 kind of draw. Were it not for Zaha, who blew his chance right at the desk. Man, that would have been brilliant. Zaha, of course, is the guy who scored Crystal Palace's sole goal that game. A very brilliant move by him. He started the move and he finished it. Yeah, you got a few. Squeezing anza kusikia ndika tungeendea tu Zaha. When we were signing, I was excited about Pepe. I was, no doubt. But bro, the levels of excitement that I had when we were being linked with Zaha, they were just insane, man. I was going nuts. Like I was going nuts. I think very few people can know this, and very few people knew this. But there are some guys who knew. Like I think Akina Kenson, we were almost talking each and every day when we were being linked with Zaha, and then boom, it didn't happen. Went for Nicolas Pepe. We all know what he's doing right now. He's doing anything but scoring. So Crystal Palace, Liverpool again nicking in a vital 3 points. I mean, that's just champions are made of. One goal by Tompkins was also called off in that game. So ideally, at Crystal Palace talking about Tatu. It could have been possible, but they did. Another game that was played on 6 o'clock on Saturday was Bournemouth versus Wolves. Bournemouth's doing in now. They started off very well. Very well. When you are talking about game week 9 hapo, Bournemouth ilikuwa nakaika fine because walikuwa top 10. They were around, actually I think number 8 hapo. They were doing really good. Now, man, they are going down very fast. They got beat by Wolves, I think 2-1. Is it 2-1 or 3-1? They had, I think the only time they won was when they beat Man United. I can't recall the last time they won, before or after that. And now they're doing really bad. Now they're in the bottom half of the Premier League. Yeah, Wolves are just the better team there, and I did not expect anything less. We had Brighton versus Leicester. Again, that was bound to be interesting. Now, Brighton, we know they can be quite a different side when they're playing at home. They are really confident. Boy, they have guys who can be ballers. Akina Neil Mope, they seem like decent guys moving forward, and especially attacking wise. So, against Leicester City, again, Leicester, a team that is, like, it's quite clear these guys are going for the top four without a shadow of a doubt. There's nothing to hide now. And I do not expect anything less than a Leicester win in this game. Maybe Leicester, I would have expected maybe Brighton to score a goal, but lose, but beat Leicester? Nah, I did not expect anything of that sort. One game, however, that I did not expect the result of which I did not expect the result which came out of this game was the Everton versus Norwich game. That one I did not expect Norwich to go and beat Everton at Goodison Park, especially considering how terrible Everton has been and the kind of pressure that Marco Silva was under even before this game. So for me, I did not expect them to get beat by a Norwich side that is in the bottom three. We were all wrong. No, I was wrong because Norwich went there and they beat them. And not only did they beat Everton, they kept a clean sheet. My God. Now, I know the sack race is on between Ole and Unai Emery, but man, this one guy should be that sack race deep in it, and it's Marco Silva. I have a feeling that he's going to be the first guy to get sacked out of those three guys. So Everton got beat 2-0 by Norwich. Cantwell came in and scored. I think he's been out for some weeks now with some injury. Now he came back, he did bang his first goal for that game. And then some other guy, can't recall his name. Timu Puki is still misfiring. I know there's some guys who still keeping faith in Timu Puki, especially in the FPL side. I'm sorry, Mini Lisham ditch. Talking of ditching, by the way, I ditched Pepe. I had stayed with Pepe for weeks. I think like 5-6 game weeks. I finally ditched the brother and I brought on. It's a shaming to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I sold Pepe and I brought on Son, Heung-min Son, and not only did he come in, he came in and gave me 13 good points. Boy, he banged a goal and had an assist. He saved my FPL Gameweek basically. Then Watford versus Burnley, another result which I did not foresee. I could not even predict this one. Norwich, Burnley came and beat Watford 3-0. 3-0. A Watford side that has not yet won anything this season. They don't know how it feels to win a game this season in the Premier League. They haven't won shit. And now Burnley went to their backyard and beat them 3-0. You gotta start feeling like another guy who might be up for the sack race is Sanchez Flores. You know, their new coach. I mean, Flores might just be on his way out also because, since he got given the job, he has done absolutely nada in terms of promoting Watford chances in the Premier League and even maybe moving them up. So I think Watford, maybe they are the quickest and they're most likely to pull the trigger in terms of sacking the coach. So maybe Sanchez might be in some hot soup. So he needs to do something. Watford are terrible. They might I think they'll get relegated. I honestly think they'll get relegated. They are in too deep. Way past knee deep. They are in way too deep. Then the last game on Saturday was City versus Chelsea, the only big game that was being played this Saturday. Very interesting game, of course. We were expecting to see if City are going to bounce back from, if City are going to bounce back from getting beat by Liverpool, and of course they wanted to reduce the gap between them and Liverpool, but now they had this juggernaut in terms of they had this obstacle in the name of Chelsea, who they had to beat. A Chelsea side that has been very good this season. They are comfortably in the top four. They are playing good football. They are attacking. They are scoring. They are defending well. Everything about Lampard is clicking right about now. So it was, of course, going to be a different test for another stand test for Manchester City. But they took it in stride and they won that game 2-1. However, you might say, all right, they won, so Chelsea were absolutely poor that game. They were not. Actually, I was watching that game and I was thinking, like, if that was Arsenal playing in that game, we'd be like, I don't know, we'd be running up and down, getting pressure and tunapigwa pressure vibaya. But Chelsea, they did not look like a side that was really struggling. Like a side that was really dominated. They were not that kind of side. It's the kind of side that you want your team to be playing like. When you go to a place like Etihad and you play the way Chelsea did, that is exactly how you want your team to play. All right, we know Manchester City are on a whole new level paradigm compared to teams like Liverpool, compared to teams like Arsenal, Chelsea, all these others. It's just City and Liverpool on their own paradigm. So if your team goes to a place like Etihad, you expect them to put in a shift, to play good, to play a convincing kind of gameplay where even if you get beat, don't get embarrassed, like a 3-0 result, I'm a 4-0, don't get that. But if you take a nil with like a 2-1 result and you played good football, you'll be feeling confident with yourself. That is how Chelsea are right now. So they were not really dominated, overly dominated, but they were beaten, and I think any Chelsea fan will tell you they don't feel really bad out of that loss. In any case, they might have lost and teams like Arsenal have drawn, but we feel worse because that's just how poor we are. Then on Sunday we had Sheffield hosting Manchester United at Bramall Lane, a ground that has been very tricky nowadays to visit. A team like Arsenal went there, we got beat. Liverpool went there, they struggled to score. I think they even scored an own goal. I think only one team has gone. Two teams have gone there and won, weirdly. One, the most weird of them all, is Southampton. Southampton has won at Bramall Lane. Can you believe that? Another team that went there and won is Leicester City besides Liverpool. So Bramall Lane is not a place to go and feel confident of getting anything. No, you should not be confident. Sheffield play good football, decent, solid, compact, and they attack better when they want to, and that is exactly what they did. I'm actually watching their second goal, and that was brilliant by Mose. I think his name is Mose. That was good. That was really good. So Sheffield United, they are a team to reckon with. Man United, of course, they showed their resolve and their mettle and steel. No, their mettle, especially because of coming from 2-0 down to almost winning that game. I was watching that game at Jiweke Tavan. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what happened? Man U watatoka from 2-0 down and win this game 3-2? Nah, man, can't be happening. I was scared as fuck. I was scared. I sikutaka Man U washinde, but they were looking like they were winning that game. And so you gotta give it up to them for that. But also you gotta give it up to Sheffield for finally, at least they got something. They feel, I think, of the two teams, but of the two teams, I don't know who will feel worse. Because on one hand, Sheffield had a comfortable 2-0 lead. They had a comfortable 2-0 lead. You don't overturn such a deficit at Sheffield United's Bramall Lane. It's almost next to impossible. So they had that almost lead, but they didn't lead. They didn't win the game, but they didn't lose either. So kind of feel good. Man United, on the other hand, they were losing that game 2-0. They overturned that. Not only did they equalize, they also got a third goal that perpetually put them on the lead. They almost won that game, but they did not see it through because, Sheffield got the third goal and now Man United had to settle for a point. So I don't know who feel worse, but I'm sure Sheffield might be feeling worse because Man United going to Bramall Lane and fetching a point from a position of losing. You would want the point than getting beat. So yeah, kind of bittersweet for each team, but that's a story for another day. Maybe Man U fan can tell us how they're thinking. Maybe if you got a Sheffield fan and a Man United fan, then you measure the frustrations, then we can tell who is more frustrated because, right here, it's not easy to tell. Then the last one that is not yet played on a game planning to Gameweek 13 is Aston Villa, who are hosting Newcastle today. Now, if Newcastle win this game, they'll go above Man United in the Premier League. Can you believe that? They will go above Man United. They will go all the way to 8th in the Premier League, I think. So Man United will have to drop to Man United will have to drop to number 9 because Newcastle right now have 15 points. Yes, they have 15 points. Aston Villa, however, Aston Villa have 11 points before today's game. So if Aston Villa wins, they'll get themselves up a little bit, because I think Sai wako number around 15. So if they win, they might give themselves up to Kedo number 13 up. So it's very important for the two teams. It's definitely going to be a very interesting one. I think if I was if I was to choose something out of this game, I would say both teams will score. I expect both teams will score because the stakes are quite high for the two of them. So it's going to be a very interesting game. So those are my thoughts on game week 13. What did you think? What was the most intriguing part of this game week? You know, for me as an Arsenal fan, I think just to be Sheffield United's game and, of course, our game. Because, again, I was frustrated and I was tired. Yani nimechoka na siwezi sema nimechoka na Arsenal, but nimechoka na Unai Emery bana. Saa shida Unai Emery is the coach. So nikichoka na yeye kidogo kiplani nikaa nachoka na Arsenal, and I don't like that at all. So man, my game week was crazy. My game week was crazy. I did not enjoy that much, honestly speaking, because when Arsenal plays and we play that badly and we don't win even at home, there's nothing much to enjoy, honestly speaking. The only positive game I can take from this one is that I had some solid number of points Pale FPL. You know, Fantasy Premier League was good. I scored some good points over there, so maybe that's the only thing I can say with a smile that I enjoyed about Game Week 13. Tell me what you enjoyed about Game Week 13, and you can drop that on the comment section, and then we can get to share and get to see. I think I am done. Alright, so I'm gonna chill kidogo nione game ya Aston Villa versus Newcastle. It's gonna be interesting, this one. And then don't forget, as always, to check us out on YouTube. Football Digest is our YouTube channel. We have so many things to watch out there. So many videos I've done and posted there. You can go to our playlist. It's called Extra Digest. So much stuff to check on. As we build up to Champions League next week, no, not tomorrow, by the way, you can go to our playlist called Champions League 2019-2020. You can go check out that playlist. There's so much to watch and marvel over. All right, so that's it for now. Have a fantastic evening and a fantastic Monday night and a fantastic week ahead. God bless. Take care. Football Digest. Check us out on YouTube. That is our YouTube channel. It's called Football Digest KE. That's all for now, folks. Good night.